Are we live? We could be. We're supposed to be live. Charlie!
What's up?
We're supposed to be live.
You went live without telling me again, you asshole.
Well, I don't think we've gone live yet, but I think we're heading in that direction. We're heading in a direction of liveness.
Dude, how did you
livelihood.
How did you get Daily Vape TV to come on our little show?
Paid him.
What's up?
Paid him out of our kitty.
Oh,
That check just cleared today.
It did. I had to make sure. I had to give you an express check.
Yeah.
You know, that's how we do things. We are a big money organization around here.
we are.
We are. We bring in the heavyweights. Bring in the heavyweights. We don't fuck.
What are you
around.
trying to say? Are you calling me fat?
No, I'm talking about heavyweight reputation one.
That's racist, calling him fat.
Daily Vape TV, Nick. It is fantastic to have you on here, sir. Thank you so much for joining us in the hot tub. You put up no fight. When I said get your pants off and get in the hot tub, you're like, oh, don't tell me twice.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
He was actually the first person to cannonball into the hot tub.
You did. I think Charlie got some butt crack in his face. I'm pretty sure. I think the butt crack.
Racist, calling him fat.
Oh man. Tell you what, dude, it is absolutely fantastic to have you on the in the hot tub today. It's Friday. Let me tell you what we do around here on Friday. This is the start of your weekend. We're going to sit around here. We're going to have some fun. You got us for an hour today. So we're going to do a little hot tub action for an hour. We're going to have some laughs, have some vapes, and kick off this weekend in style. It's a Labor Day weekend. You guys have plans for Labor Day weekend? Anything going on?
Hot dogs and video games.
Hot dogs and what? Video games?
Yep, that's my plan.
What about you, Charlie?
Just taking it easy. I'm probably not going to work on Monday. And Saturday, we may go to an LSU football game Saturday night.
Really?
Yep. Probably just chill out. My parents are actually going out of town, so I'm dog sitting. So I'll be over at their house back and forth taking care of the dog.
You gonna invite all the kids over for a party with your parents out of town?
No, that's historically not gone well. Like a few occasions, the police were involved.
Police were involved.
One time, a vehicle was vandalized after the party. We had some good parties. I knew how to party in high school. That's one.
You moose sure can party. I'll tell you what. It is Labor Day weekend. Speaking of video games, well, let's do our buffet but I want to talk to you about. I know you're a video game guy, Nick. I want to talk to you about some video games. Nick, what are you vaping on down there?
Well, I have quite the buffet. I decided to break them all out tonight, so bear with me.
A hot tub.
So I've got Rinco Manto with the fat rabbit on top, or the leaky rabbit, as most would call it nowadays. This is the sample copy, the reviewer sample. So it doesn't have it has the O-ring issue and it leaks. Yay.
How's it vape though? Does it vape pretty good?
It vapes really nice. I'm not going to lie. It vapes really nice. 9 times out of 10. Go ahead. Sorry.
In your review, you said they were going to fix the leaking. Did they fix the leaking?
According to them, they did. They never, I don't think they ended up sending out second copies of it. I'm not sure. I do have a couple of DHL bags on the way, so we'll have to wait and see till probably next week. And I will be posting unboxings if I do get that stuff in. But according to them, they fixed the leaking issue. They delayed the full released version for a few weeks, and I believe it's now out, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
So,
He's gonna outsell that fat rabbit is gonna outsell all his other stuff combined.
You think?
Yeah.
you think?
I don't know. It's going to be
Well,
hard.
I mean, the dead rabbit sold a ton, but you got to think it's a sub-ohm tank. I mean,
Controversy
we're talking about
sells.
a huge amount of people that can use it with the fat rabbit name. I don't know. I think it's gonna be huge.
Controversy also sells devices. So anytime there's like, oh, this happened or this happened, like people get talking about it, and the more it's mentioned, the more it sells.
And they've been marketing the hell out of it. I think Element or somebody was doing $1 a day fat rabbits, 30.
They had 15 or 20 a day or 10 a day, something like that, for $1. And it was only the 2 mil version though, which kind of sucked. So you didn't get the bubble glass with it. I don't know. whatever. It's their marketing tactic. No worries. I have in there Occultus. This is Opus Dei. I don't speak Latin, so not familiar with that, but it's a citrus mixed fruit. It's pretty good. Next one up is the Vapresso Gen Kit, which I just reviewed today, or the video came out today, and it's good. It's decent. It's kind of like a budget drag, how I called it in my video. And the really close to being a Falcon, not Falcon tank, the Skur S. Yeah. Tell me that it watch, ready? What is it? Falcon
It looks
tank.
like the Falcon tank.
Exactly. In this one, I have more Occultus. This is called Bones. It's a sour blue raspberry. I'm not sponsored. They just sent a sample pack to the shop and I grabbed it. So
I dig that bottle a lot.
yeah, no, I really dig the bottles until the juice gets below the eye and then it loses all appeal.
Yeah.
So next one up,
Got that shelf appeal though. So
yeah,
I would buy it if I saw it on the shelf for sure.
Exactly. Next one up is the Berserker S kit. This little guy from Alex from Vapors MD.
Very cool.
And in there, I've got some UK juice. This is pod salt, mixed berries. It's not going to focus. Just, yeah, it says pod salt. And I also have this little guy right here, the Target Mini V2, as I believe that's what it's called. I don't even know the damn name. Target Mini 2. Yeah. Okay. So Target Mini 2, that one has some more pod salts, mixed berry in it. And last but not least, I'll try to wrap this up as quick as possible.
Hey, take your time, man.
This guy right here. Have you guys seen this one yet? This is the Squad device. I'm not sure. I hate calling this a pod. It's not a pod.
You and Stan just got those, right?
Yeah.
I saw you unbox it.
Stan and I have ours, and I got to say, so far it's pretty good, but the coil that's in there that they give you kind of sucks. It burnt through my cotton on like day one, and I rewicked it, and now it's burnt again. So I'm going to rebuild this thing, and I'm sure, Scott, you are very interested in this because it's got an RBA deck, and it's a challenge. So highly recommend. Yeah, you want to build probably 1.5 millimeter coil, maybe a 2 millimeter coil. It's tiny. It's itty bitty. And Charlie, you said you saw me unbox it, so you've seen up close what that little tiny coil looks like.
Yeah, it's small.
Because this tank comes out, and the coil is in there.
And I've got Billabong RBAs, and it still looks really small.
Right. But form and function of this thing is really, really snazzy. I'm going to use the word snazzy. I think it's snazzy.
I think it is too. I like the size of it.
Real nice. It's got kind of a beaver tail back end there.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you guys shoot guns, but it's kind of like the 1911.
You have an IPV Mini 3?
Yep. It's kind of like a similar form factor to that one.
Size.
I like it's all black.
I was wondering if it was about the same, like size-wise in the hand.
It's a little bit smaller. So this one's a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
But and the name the Squad, it's the Squid Squad.
I thought that was cool.
Frank Einstein says, is it like Pro Tank coil size? Yeah, remember the original Pro Tank coils? It's I mean, the gauge of the wire you can use is a lot beefier because of the posts, but the coil itself, physical dimension size, might be a 0.5 millimeter bigger than a Pro Tank coil. Tiny. And that's me. That's my buffet. Do I pass it off or?
Yeah, pass it to the young handsome man up there.
I was going to say, I'll pass it off to Charlie down there. Up there. There you go.
I'm rocking the Cali Burn as always. Was out running errands at lunch and just kind of stuffed shit in my pocket. The Snow Wolf Walk It. It coils like crazy, but it's a great little handy, reliable vape. My IPV Mini V3 and the topside carbon dual with the recurve.
Nice. That's a good combo right there.
Yeah. And
What juice you vaping on?
I am vaping on Blue Raspberry Slushy. Propaganda. Because I couldn't get any Blaz in time for the show today.
You mean like this Blaz right here? It's empty.
Yeah. That's a lot of hats you've got, Nick.
Yeah, that's my collection.
I always notice them, but it seems like more when you're on the show with us than it does when I'm watching you on YouTube.
Maybe eventually I'll cover this wall too. Just
That'd be sweet.
all hats.
I used to have a ton. I don't know what happened to all my hats. I used to have a ton of hats.
When you're losing your hair, you start collecting hats. That's just a thing that happens.
I got a great idea for you. And this is something my wife figured out. It's fantastic. It's called a comb over. You heard of a comb over?
Oh, no.
I'll show you. It's beautiful. Do you have a minute?
See it, yeah. I want to see the comb over.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yep.
See, I used to slick it back.
Isn't that nice?
I had hair. You know, I can still grow it in the front and all that, but it's just the friar tuck right back here. So I used to comb it back and try to like cover it up, but then it's just like makes it more obvious because your hair is all greasy from the pomade, and you're like slicking it back, and you're just like, please just stay right there. Yeah, but it doesn't. It doesn't stay.
Yeah. I've been dealing with balding since I was like probably 29.
But
this is how much hair I still have left, which is a pretty good amount.
You guys have hair in the front because the worst is like, and it happens a lot in the vape game when you get like the forehead that comes all the way back here. Like so many people have hair on their bald spot, but then they're bald.
The peninsula.
Yeah, the old peninsula.
Have you seen this, Charlie?
5 head.
Have you seen that?
It looks better when your hair is covering it up.
It looks better with a hat on.
You get that hat line though. You get that. See that line? Yeah, that's permanent.
That's funny.
All right, Charlie, thank you. I'm simple today, man. I'm simple and easy. I've got the top side, the carbon from Mr. Stephen Garlington sent me this. Love you. And the flatline RDA. So still vaping on the flatline RDA.
Stephen Garlington, how about this cricket dick shirt?
Is that his shirt?
Yep.
That's amazing.
Is that a dick hanging from the cricket?
It is.
That's a pretty big dick.
It says like #CrickyD across the back.
That's pretty awesome, actually.
Yep, limited edition. Awesome. I mean, Stephen Garlington's high end, so I felt like I needed a high end shirt. And
he buys like 3 of everything.
Yeah, this CrickyD shirt was just like boom.
I need to get one of those.
Rocking it.
So let's say hi to some people in chat we got rolling by here. Frank Einstein, great to see you, man. I got Lando, what's happening? Mr. Gunther, what's going on? Subaru, great to see you. Mighty Zogberg. Billy, great to see you. Robert, what's happening, brother? Todd Black, Crazy Face McGee, what's up, Drew? Billy, Tony, Subaru, great to see everybody. Miss any? McGill, good to see you, man. Big Red, great to see you. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I'm just looking at it as it's going by. Thanks, everybody, for joining. I appreciate it. Now, Nick, we do something here. We do something. It's called Funny News. They like to start the show off with some funny news.
Gonna have to get ready.
Have you seen our funny news bit yet?
I have not. I'll admit it.
It's going to change your life. Your life is getting ready to change. It is. Charlie, what do you got for us?
I got to pull up a few websites. So, have you heard about the big chicken sandwich drama that's taken over the airwaves?
Yeah. Chick-fil-A. Is it Chick-fil-A?
Popeyes?
Popeyes and Chick-fil-A, yeah. They're feuding.
Yeah, have you had the Popeyes chicken sandwich yet?
I haven't had either.
Oh, dude. The Popeyes chicken sandwich is fucking good.
Is it better than the Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, without a doubt. It's not even close. IMO.
Wow.
So, that's been like the hot topic last weekend. This week, our Popeyes was out of chicken sandwiches. In fact, we have 5 locations in our little metro area. All 5 were sold out. So apparently it happened to a man in Tennessee as well. A Tennessee man who spent countless time driving from one Popeyes to another in search of its popular chicken sandwich is suing the fast food chain after he was left hungry.
That's a first world problem if I ever heard it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The Chattanooga Times Free Press interviewed him, and he said, quote, "I can't get happy. I have this sandwich on my mind. I just can't think straight." On Thursday, he said, quote, "It just consumes you." Barr's suit accused Popeyes of deceptive business practices and false advertising. He said he was scammed out of $25 by a man claiming to be a Popeyes employee who said he was selling sandwiches behind the restaurant.
He was selling sandwiches behind the restaurant?
Yeah.
Extra mayonnaise, I'm sure.
The Popeyes employee was like, "Yeah, dude, I got a few. I'll sell them to you behind the restaurant." So he gives said Popeyes guy $25, and said Popeyes guy is like, "I'll be right back. I'll go in and get it," and then never came back. So
okay, so hold on. Why did he think? Okay, can I ask you a question, Charlie? I'm sorry to break up the story. Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
What was going through his mind when he thought that the Popeyes wouldn't sell him one normally, but if he buys one from one of the guys in the back, they'll actually get him one? Like did he think that they were holding out?
Yeah, well, I mean, it sounds like a good hustle. It's been the hottest thing on freaking Facebook and Instagram the last 2 weeks. If I worked at Popeyes, I'd be selling them black market all day.
Just don't sell them. Just when people ask for them, like not on the menu.
Sorry, we're sold out. But for $50, there's probably one in my car.
Wow.
So once he gave the scammer the money, he never saw him again. He also claimed he blew out a tire and damaged a rim driving from one Popeyes to another, and suffered humiliations when his friends laughed at him for the sandwich ordeal.
He got laughed at?
Yeah, so
by his friends. Is he suing his friends or he's suing Popeyes because he got
suing Popeyes? He said various locations turned him away after their supply of the in-demand edibles sold out. He claimed the chain overhyped the item and purposefully lowered quantity to increase demand. That's something we hear about in the vape game a lot.
Wow.
And speaking of demand, he's demanding $5,000.
5,000.
It's totally deceptive. Who runs out of chicken?
$1,000.
He said, "Who runs out of chicken? It's a big sandwich fiasco." Someone has to stand up to big corporate chicken. Everyone is captivated by these sandwiches.
This guy sounds like an American hero.
Big corporate
He made
chicken.
big corporate chicken a thing.
Like if you think
Damn you, Purdue!
Oh, you Tyson chicken son of a bitch. Let me tell you, there are American heroes. And, I think this guy, he's right up there with Abe Lincoln, Martin Luther King, real heroes of America. And then you got the Popeyes chicken guy. He's doing it for the little guy.
One day his name will be written in many books about the great chicken fiasco.
Yeah, when you guys get your chicken sandwiches next week, you can thank this guy for getting Popeyes into line. They did reach out to the franchise chain that owned that particular Popeyes, and they refused to comment.
I'm going to tell you right now, there are certain signs of the apocalypse that that the impending apocalypse that's coming to this country. It's like this is like a sign of it. It's coming. The whole society is going to collapse. When things like this start happening, it's like it's almost time. It's near.
We'll be rioting in the streets in a week.
So
give us our chicken.
That's right. I'll start it from this guy.
Another sign of the apocalypse: an Uber driver was attacked last week.
Oh no.
And the video shows the woman assaulting the crap out of this poor dude who was the Uber driver. It wasn't even his passenger. But let's see what the news says about it. The potential dangers faced by rideshare drivers are starkly illustrated in a video of an attack by a woman who climbed on one driver's hood and bit him for no apparent reason.
What?
At one point, she opens the door of his Prius and tries to get inside. But he grabs her, pulls her out, and throws her to the ground. The woman throws a punch and begins trying to attack the driver. So, according to Yasser Hadi, the woman's attack left a substantial wound on his ribcage.
Oh, bad.
So, we're going to share the video. and do a little commentary. And
oh, thank you so much for this. Thank you so much for this. I cannot wait to see this video. I love recorded videos of funny shit. Here we go.
Pain and still in shock.
It's not showing it, Charlie. It's on the other side.
Hold on.
You put on the wrong screen. That's a nice car, though. There you go.
There we go. Let's see.
All right.
And came out of nowhere. Tonight he says he's still in pain and still in shock.
Come on, baby, you gotta.
That is the scream of an Uber driver.
Oh my God!
Taking bite on his side. Yasser Hadi was attacked in Atlanta while dropping off a passenger. He says a random deranged woman on the street started jumping on his car. She's seen prying the
She was like, "Fuck that wiper, I'll show you."
windshield wipers off, and when Hadi tries to subdue her, she repeatedly bites him.
The pain is horrible thing. The dog not bite like this. He's still biting and pulling about 30 seconds.
Can you pause it, Charlie? Charlie, can you go back just a little bit? And can you pause it when he has his head back? Oh, right there!
I think I'm
We need to like a caption this or something.
Yeah, dude, she is latched on, man.
That's the face I make after like the Browns' 8th game of the year. That's the face. Dude, he is legitimately like, this bitch just fucking bit.
Dermatology affiliates back there is getting some free advertising. It looks like.
about 30 seconds.
On the phone, Hadi tells us now 1 week since the incident, he's still in pain. These are photos of the bite along his ribcage. He hasn't seen a doctor.
I don't have insurance to go there, and it's gonna be cost me a lot if I go there.
The woman in the video, 26-year-old Tashina Campbell, she's in custody for charges. Police say she also had 2 different warrants out from 2 different counties. Local Uber drivers stunned by the video.
She looks like a normal person. Like, there's nothing about her that I would think that she's going to do that.
That is
She's
not
like a
normal.
young lady. Like, there's no, like, you wouldn't look at her and be like, she's crazy. She looks like a normal person. Completely
Looks
normal.
crazy to me.
She look crazy to you?
Yeah. Look at
I
her.
didn't think she looked crazy at all. She just looked like a young girl to me. Like, I didn't think
Looks like a freaking crackhead.
Wait,
Hold
hold
like
on.
a crackhead. Stop. She does look like a crackhead.
Please.
You think so?
Yes.
We're gonna have to put this up to a vote of the people. X1 in chat if you think she looks like a crackhead, and X2 if you think she looks normal.
Wrong screen.
Let's see.
Charlie's figuring this Zoom thing out, damn it.
So X1 if she looks like a crackhead.
Does
X2
not look like a crackhead.
if Scott's right. X2.
I mean,
Like an Uber driver.
oh my god. Oh my god.
Yasser Hadi was attacked in Atlanta while dropping off a passenger. He sees a random.
Perfectly normal there, huh, Scott?
Yeah, totally
No, but she
normal.
looks like in her mugshot, she looks completely normal.
In her mugshot, maybe.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
think-
Well, she looks
I think-
like she's high on something, obviously. She jumped on his car like with no shirt on and started fucking kicking.
But the funny thing is,
But in her mugshot, she looks like a normal young lady. Like, she doesn't look like I would look at her and be like, yeah, she's a
I
normal
wish-
young lady. There's nothing
I
about her
wish
that
I had the video when she gets in his Prius. He like freaking grabs her like a rag doll. He just freaking jerks her out of the Prius and slams her on the ground.
Oh, he does. They don't show that part.
No, not in that video. But I didn't want to step on any other content creators' toes. I just grabbed the one off the news. But there are complete videos out there.
That's fantastic.
So that's not it. It was a fucking busy week in the news this week.
Oh boy.
Basically working like double 12-hour shifts the whole week.
The news was, or you were?
Both. How do you think I keep up with all this stuff?
So we have all right, so we're gonna move into the actual show here. We have some giveaways though today. We have a giveaway for 3 sets of coils from Clint Johnson, CrustyDriptips. That's coming at the end of the show here. We'll do that around the end. And then we also have a $25 gift certificate to Shy Tots e-liquid. Now, reminder for patrons, we got a giveaway after the show. I'm going to go live again for the patrons. We got some giveaways today for you guys as well. So stick around. I'll go offline and come back, and we will do that. Now, Charlie, Charlie is. I'm going to gloat on you for a second, Charlie.
Oh, here we go.
Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Charlie does intimate research of our guests. Nick, I hope you don't have any. Do you have anything in the closet that you don't want people to know about? Dirty laundry.
No
dirty laundry.
He says intimate. I don't actually do intimate research.
He's got like medical records.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're looking up medical records and X-rays and stuff.
Yeah, like stuff like that's normal, but definitely not peeking in the windows.
I would look to see if there's like face prints on your windows or handprints. Charlie's been checking you out. Charlie, I'm passing you the con. Take the ball here. Start this interview off. Let's get to know Nick.
The big question we had was, did vaping or the beard come first?
That's a good one.
Vaping, because if you go back, you can still watch my original videos on YouTube. The beard is very short, like minimal, like chin strappy kind of beard.
Right. But it was still a beard.
Technically,
so did you have like the chin strap that you had? Did you have that before you started vaping?
Yes.
Or did you go to your first convention and you're like, oh shit?
No. I had a beard, but it was more like a bro beard. And then I saw myself and I'm just like, man, I'm really glad I let it grow out because I looked like a douche. I wasn't a fan. I like the long Viking kind of beard better. Personally, on me,
it's a really nice beard too. Like you can tell you take care of yours. It looks really good. I have beard envy.
Yeah, and that to me, it's like you would not be normal without the beard that we all.
I have shaved it one time in my YouTube career, and that was because we were in Dallas, Texas, and I went up to the CASA booth at Vape Showcase Dallas. And Alex said, we need 200 signatures by today. And they were at like 150-ish. I'm like, well, if you can get 200, I will shave my beard off and I'll do it live on camera. And he's like, okay. So the original plan was to do it live on stage, but I don't think they ended up doing a stage presentation or something. So I said, I'll do it live on camera. But in any case, he came up to me later that day. I was hanging out with Grim and a few others, and we were just hanging out at the booth, and he drops a stack of papers on me, and it's 200 signatures. And I'm like, damn it. So I went home and I went live on my Facebook and shaved the beard off and shaved my head for that matter too. So
shaved your head too?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
That's dedication.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
And this is about 2.5 years of growth with minor trimmings in between.
I like that.
So that's the story of the beard.
I occasionally grow a beard. No Shave November out. I was participating in that this past November, actually growing a pretty good beard. And then Scott was like, hey, why don't you come on the show and be a guest on my show? So I was like, all right, I'll do that. And I was like, fuck, I'm going to have to shave off this fucking fuzz off my face, even though it's not the end of November. So I shaved my beard off. And then he was like, hey, never mind. I got a better guest.
I believe your story.
I forgot.
I forgot.
That's what happened. I didn't say I had a better guest.
So I was like, I'm never growing a beard again in protest. So,
sorry, Charlie.
It's so sad.
That was my beard story. So you've been in the vape game a long time. How did you get into vaping? Because I know you work in the industry. How did vaping and work and that kind of thing, how did it all come up and work out?
So I had been a YouTuber for about a year and a half, and I got my first job at a vape shop. And I worked at that shop for like 6 months, and then I went to a party for a new store opening happening in my area. And when I went to that party, the owner basically approached me and said, when are you going to come work for me? I was just like, ooh, because this was like the big shop. It was like the coolest shop around. They had all the good hardware. They had all the good juice. And I'm like, well, if you can give me what I want, then I'll come work for you. And I basically said, I want to go to conventions. I want full-time hours, and I want to be on the books. As long as you do that, then I'm good. And he's like, okay. So I started working there. I've been working at Voltage Vape Shop in Enfield, Connecticut for the past 4 years. And yeah, that's where I work day in, day out, every day.
Cool. And that's was going to be one of my other questions. As long as I can remember vlogs at conventions and shows and stuff, you've always been around. So I was wondering how that played out. Do they send you from work, or do you just?
I got the bug. I got the convention bug when I attended my first one, which was right in my local area. It was literally across the street from the shop that I was working at. And it was 2000, must have been 2014, I want to say, maybe. I can't remember. I have the tag still at the shop, but it was a VCC event, VCC in Springfield. And I attended that event, and I was hooked. I loved the atmosphere. I loved the people. I wanted to just be there all the time. And I was signed on with Spin Fuel magazine right after that, basically. They picked me up, and they said, hey, we want to send you down to VCC in Tampa. So I said, okay, sure. So they sent me down there, and that was a blast. You know, they paid for my trip and everything, and I was super hooked at that point. They sent me to another one in Pittsburgh, got to do that show. I went to VCC New Jersey, which is like one of the most controversial shows ever. And I've been to...
That's the one they shut down because you couldn't vape inside.
I was there. And I've been to probably about 30 or so shows, I want to say.
Wow.
Maybe more.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive. I've been to 2.
Come with me. I will show you the way.
I'd like to. We talked about being cellies. Remember that? Talk about being cellies. We should just travel together. Just pick me up.
That sounds weirdly intimate, but okay.
You guys gonna share a king bed, or?
We're good with that. I'm good with the king bed.
Yeah, it'd be okay.
Or queen bed, single, big single.
I would sleep on the
the
floor. It would be fine.
Talking of intimate.
So you caught my attention by being a part-time fan of the rap music, because there's not many of us around in the vape game. And you were a convert. So when you converted to rap music, who were a few of the artists that got your attention and you were like, hey, this shit's not that bad?
You know, like all throughout high school, I grew up during like the Eminem era, right? So like that's when Eminem was getting huge, and like it was just a really popular guy. So I didn't really get that much into him. Yeah, I liked a few of his popular songs from like the early 2000s or whatever, but I never really got that into it. And I talked about this on one of my recent videos, 19 things you didn't know about me. That my coworker, that when I worked at Six Flags years and years ago, she got me into like rap, like old school hip hop and stuff like that. And I loved Biggie and Tupac, you know, the big two. I listened to pretty much their entire back catalog on repeat. She got me into even like some other stuff like Bob Marley and Ziggy Marley, some of that kind of music as well. And she also showed me like Dipset, some underground stuff, like a lot of like lesser known kind of rappers, and random kind of offshoot funny story. I believe it was 2012. I actually met Nicki Minaj before she was famous. Yeah. So yeah, I've always been kind of around it. And later on after that meeting in 2012, I was a photographer at nightclubs for one of the biggest hip hop and R&B stations in my area. The DJ from that station was also a club promoter and DJ at local clubs, and I worked for him for years. Like I want to say like 3 or 4 years I did nightclub photography for him.
Oh wow. Yeah.
I mean, you have a unique background, Nick.
Yeah, dude.
You got a lot of cool
That's-
stuff, man.
You know what? That should have been my weirdest job. I think I should change my answer officially. That was definitely a weird job.
I'm a big hip hop fan. I grew up on it. We used to have a thing back in the day called the Jukebox Network. And it was, God, I don't know what year it came out, maybe 88 or 89. It was around the time that Ice Ice Baby and Public Enemy, 911's a Joke. Like, that's the songs I remember constantly playing, but it was a 99-cent call. And then you hit a 3-digit number and they would play the song that you requested. And they would queue them up. And like, it was basically like MTV, but it was all like hip hop that nobody knew about in Ohio.
So it was on TV or the radio?
It was on TV.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
it was called the Jukebox Network. Every song had a code. So they had like they would like show, like they would go through in the different song codes and things like that. And like, that's how I was introduced to like Special Ed, Tribe Called Quest, like all these bands that like I'd never heard of.
They basically invented like Spotify. Sounds like back in the 80s.
And you know what? I don't know what happened to it, but it went away. And the problem was that it would charge it right to your phone line. Because back in the day, everybody had a landline.
Oh, geez.
And
So
if you called, they would just charge. So you could sit, your parents were complaining. So they're getting these bills. It'd be like $70 because their kid had ordered like 70, Ice Ice Baby 70 times. You know what I mean? The video.
Yeah, that happened to me once. Like when they changed from analog to digital cable and you got the cable boxes and you could just like click on porn and buy it. Man, my parents were so pissed. One month they got the cable bill and it was like, we had a few parties and it was like $600 in porn bills.
That's an awkward conversation.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. It's probably just pay-per-view movies or something. And my stepdad was like, no, it's actually printed on the bill. It's like latex women with gas masks on.
That's hot.
Speaking of intimate.
Here, take my money. This is too awkward.
Nick, so I mentioned this the other day, but my wife's brother is a complete dipshit. So we had Thanksgiving at our house one time. This is about 3 years ago. This one was about 4 years ago. I was still drinking back then. So I'm fucking hammered. I come downstairs and walk into the living room. There's nobody in the living room. Well, I couldn't figure out why there's nobody in the living room. I look at the TV and I'm like, that's a lady's vagina. I'm like, that, and it like took a second to register. Like, I'm like looking at a lady
studying it.
Yeah, I'm like
close detail. You're this far away from the screen.
Like I'm looking at it and it's not registering that on my 65-inch TV is a high def lady's vagina with a male's penis going in.
And this was at Christmas.
Out. And I'm like, wait a minute. And then it like clicks. This isn't right. Why is there hardcore porn playing on my TV on Thanksgiving? Everybody's family's over. So my dipshit brother, my brother-in-law, had ordered a bunch of fucking pornos and left them on the TV for everybody to see. Thought that would be fun.
So was it like a prank? Like, I'm going to show Granny how weird Scott is and just...
Dude, I don't know what it was. I had to call the cable company on Thanksgiving and get my money back. And like, I was like, I'm not paying for it. It's like a $49.99 package or some shit he ordered. It was like an all day porno package. This fucking guy ordered. What a dick.
All I'm going to say to that is God bless the internet.
God bless the internet.
No more paying for porn.
All right. Diggable planets. That's right, Jesse.
Oh. I know you do the week at the Vape shop or whatever you call your stew little.
This week at the Vape shop.
Yeah. What's the angriest customer you've ever had?
Ooh. Personally? Oh man. I've had some angry ones.
What do you get angry about at a vape shop? Like if they're pissed, why are they pissed?
Most of the time people get angry at a vape shop because we won't return something. Oh. So 9 times out of 10, someone comes in, they said, this thing isn't working. And I look at it and I go, yeah, looks like it was dropped or something. Like, I never dropped it. Okay.
This is
sure.
Yeah.
This scuff mark and this bent tank is definitely because it fell over or something. Yeah. And I'm like, when'd you buy it? They said 6 months ago. I'm like, okay, well, it's only 6 months old. Why can't you return it? I'm like, well, it has usually a 90-day warranty. And even with that, we still shouldn't be returning things because it's a tobacco product. And I'm like, anything that we take back into the store is a complete loss to us because we don't get them from the manufacturer. We don't get them directly from China. So we don't get any credit towards our next purchase of those devices if we have defective ones. And I'm like, even if you email them after your warranty is up, maybe they can do something for you, but I can't do anything for you. Well, that's ridiculous. I want to talk to the owner or the manager or whatever. I'm like, I'm the only one here. So,
Yeah.
and they're like, well, you need to call him or whatever. So I used to call him and I'd be like, hey, there's a lady. She's really mad. What do I do? And he would go, well, how old is it? I'm like, 6 months. He's like, we can't do anything. So then, of course, I have to break the bad news. I'm like, so I called him and he said, we aren't doing anything about it. And I literally had someone like just be like, fine, well, you keep it then, and just like throw it at me. I was just like,
that's like a moment where you wish you had a video to replay. That's fucking hilarious.
Kate Martha said at Daily Vape TV, my angriest customer was 2 years ago. We were out of his liquid. I get angry. No, I don't get angry for that. And he thought it was appropriate to threaten my life and call me a Paki whore. And in parentheses, but I'm not Pakistani.
Damn.
it's just this go-to racial slur, just like, ah.
Once you go Paki, you'll never go Backy. My Pakistani friend told me.
Read the next part. Read part 2.
Says he did this in front of a cop. He was arrested, and I had to pull the camera footage and testify against him 3 months later.
Wow.
God, man,
Instant karma.
Yeah. Dealing with people is so awful sometimes, man. You just deal with the biggest dicks, especially in like that type of relationship where it's like they're coming into your store. So there's like really no connection to them at all. And there's no consequence to them. You know, I mean, it's not like you're dealing with somebody at work where there's consequences or, you know.
And to me, like with retail and food, so many people just think it's acceptable to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're used to getting their way.
Right. Because they fucking walked all over somebody before, so they think they can do it all the time.
Yeah.
It's the typical Karen haircut, you know, comes in, the I want to speak to your manager face. And you go, oh, we give out purple. Our shop colors are purple and gray, and we have purple bags. So whenever you see a purple bag coming back in the store, you know there's going to be a problem. And I'm like, I'll have a coworker that'll be like, oh, purple bag. And they're like, all right, get ready.
Yeah.
And we prepare ourselves. But yeah, there's been a lot of angry customers. I had one very recently. It wasn't my customer, but I was called during this altercation. It was at our other location. One of my coworkers was over there, and he called me. He's a new guy, so he doesn't know everything yet, but he's almost there. He calls me. He's like, hey, this woman's here. She says we're out of her coils. What do I do? And I'm like, well, we have them here. And because like we figured out, it took like 5 minutes to figure out what coil she needed, because of course she comes in and goes, I need a coil.
Yeah.
And she just shows the device and I need a coil. So figured out what coil it was. And I'm like, I have them here. And she goes, no, you don't. I've been in there. You don't have them. I'm like, 1.6 ohm, Aspire BVC coil. It's right here. She's like, well, why don't you have them here? Sometimes we run out of things at our other location.
Yeah, fucking 4 years ago.
She got so mad at this kid that she called him an idiot to his face and says, well, maybe they shouldn't hire like stupid people or something like that. And she was cussing me out over the phone. And I'm like, listen, like we have your coils. If you want them there, we can get them there tomorrow, but it's a Saturday and we're the only 2 people working at this location right now. So, or in our respective locations, like there's no one available to go bring one to the other. And it was like half an hour before closing time too.
Yeah.
So
you're not a delivery service.
Just remember, working at a vape shop.
Go back to smoking.
Oh God, don't even get me started.
Maybe you should just smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
I don't think you can handle this.
At the end of the day, just remember, working at a vape shop sounds like a really great, glamorous job, but it's still retail.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So,
I want my 2 coils.
is it hard always being in the shadow of Vapor Swaggins, even though you have like 34,000 subs? Yeah.
Okay, quick couple of quick story. So at this year's NVE, I got called Vapor Swaggins twice. Okay. First time was right when I was checking into the hotel. I was walking down the corridor and I was passing Jay Hayes and his entourage. And one of his entourage is like, "Hey, it's Vapor Swaggins." I'm like, "No, close, but it's Daily Vape TV." And they're like, "Oh, well, you look like him." I'm like,
Oh, I know.
"Okay."
No.
Then it was on, I think, the Saturday. I was walking around doing a little like vlog thing, or I was live. I can't remember. And then a guy comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, Swaggins." He's like, "You got that thing still?" I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "I'm not Swaggins." He's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry, dude." He's like, "Have a good one." And I'm like, ouch.
Yeah.
But
There's some
Swaggins,
stuff, like you
Dude.
have some similarities to other vapors, but I just don't like. I don't
Come
look
on.
at you and
did
think
he's not set me apart enough?
just like Swaggins.
But like, I'm not like offended by that at all. But like, this guy had no clue who I was, and he knew Swaggins from I want to say the High End Vape Forum, and okay, that's cool. But Swaggins always gets on my case because he's 3 months older than me, and he calls me like little brother and shit. So yeah, thanks for that, Swags. Love ya.
So I don't want to forget. Stan just posted a link. He's having a huge clearance sale on his site, so you guys go check that out.
Hell yeah.
RDA.com for all your vaping needs.
RDA.com.
Yeah,
Grab it.
send you the bill for that marketing there, Stan. So if you had to pick one person, one of your panel members, to be stuck on a deserted island with, which one would it be?
Oh Jesus! You mean the Vape Stew panel members?
Yeah.
Whoa,
And you're going to be stuck there forever and have to survive.
man.
Or you can pick a volleyball.
Probably Swags. I'll probably say Swags, just because we're so similar, and
Stan.
we're like brothers, man. Like Stan, I love Stan, but I feel like he would just constantly talk about Nerf guns and stuff like that, and I'd just be like, I don't care, dude. Sorry.
Damn, Stan, you could come to my island, bro.
I'd be on an island with Stan. I think we do great. Stan's engineer. Look, Stan's a smart guy. He can make things.
Yeah, he could engineer.
We'd have a hut and everything.
Stan make fire.
Stan would make fire. He'd spoil me. I'd be a spoiled little beach bitch. Just run around, pick up things for him. He'd just make stuff. I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna be over here in our hut.
He'd be bending sticks around, making like a car out of just bamboo.
Yeah, exactly.
We'd have like an ATV. He'd just be like riding around on it.
Mech mod made out of a tree.
We probably vape. We probably have vape stuff out there. Yeah,
So,
Stan, we ever want to go on to a desert island for a while? I don't know.
yeah, and people get really creative when they're desperate.
It's true.
All right, we got a couple giveaways to do, guys. We got 10 minutes left, so we're gonna start these giveaways off.
I have another question.
Oh,
I'll make it quick.
yeah, go ahead. Dude.
At what point in your life did you realize the birthmark was shaped like Puerto Rico? And was it after a Tinder date with a Puerto Rican?
No, but I've never even thought about that. I have actually gone out with a Puerto Rican before. Never mentioned anything. But the birthmark thing, I don't know. Probably when I was a teenager, and I got real self-conscious about it. I'm like, oh my God, I have a birthmark. But like I said,
how you figured it out, because it would take me forever to realize, like, it's not Ecuador, it's fucking Puerto Rico.
it could be Puerto Rico, or maybe Tennessee, but like a squished down Tennessee. I don't know.
All right, you can have it now, Scott.
Are we ready? All right, let's do this. Thank you. All right, so the first giveaway here, Nick, I'm going to need you to pick a number between 1 and 150, but don't do it now. So don't watch the numbers as they go by. Okay, I'm giving you a heads up because I'm going to have everybody in the chat. This is for a $25 gift certificate to Shy Tots E-Liquid, where you can pick up some Mont Blanc. This is my all-time favorite. One of my all-time top 3 all-time favorite juices. I love this stuff. Or you can get the #1 e-liquid on the face of this earth, which is cat's whiskers. It's selling out everywhere. Everywhere. Selling out. That's the official juice of the vape at 5. It's cat's whiskers. So you can get that too. $25 gift certificate. I need a number between 1 and 150, chat. Go. Here they come.
I have my my YouTube window minimized, so I can't see chat currently.
Oh, nice. I like that. I like honesty.
I like fairness and honesty and randomness. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I gotta open
On my own personal Patreon giveaways, I use the wheel. You can. There's an actual wheel where you can input names and everything, and you just spin the wheel. I love it.
Would you send me that?
Yeah.
I'm just using a random name generator.
You're gonna steal the wheel.
This is so much
Steal it.
better, and you can copy and paste a list too.
Scott actually had to change random number generators because he kept getting the same number at randomly every time. Like number 12 won it like 7 times in a row.
I had a guy. It's actually Matt Gunther. He won. I used to do waffles on, and he won like 3 times in a row. And people were like, messaging me like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Hold on, I'm gonna start changing it up. I gotta change it up." But realistically, like Matt's as honest as anybody. We weren't cheating. Like it was just that. So he just kept winning.
Yeah, and I had kind of a similar situation. I randomize it 3 times, and I show the screen while I do it.
Yeah.
And the same name kept winning like a couple months in a row. I was like, wow. Okay.
Yeah. It's like, it's kind of scary. And I can remember the 4th time Matt was entered again, and the 4th time, and I'm like praying, I'm like, oh, please don't, because it's random. Like I can't pick who wins. And I remember Matt was like 1 number off, and he's like, I was gonna pick that number. And I was like, I told him, I'm like, thank God you didn't win. I was like, because if you did, then this whole thing, people would be like, he's cheating or something. Yeah, pretty funny. All right, give you guys 1 more minute. I think Matt's in here too. He's
Oh my God, if he wins, you could probably see it in the reflection on my glasses, but I don't have the chat window open at all. All that's open is my Zoom and my camera software, and that's it. So I'm ready. I have my number selected.
all right.
Whenever you are.
We are gonna go. I don't know if anybody else doesn't. Maybe I lost chat. Doesn't look like top chat starts. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna stop it. All right, Nick, pick a number between 1 and 150. Closest number without going over is going to be our winner.
Oh, so we're doing Price is Right rules. Okay.
Price is Right, yeah.
My number is 113, and I think Charlie knows why.
113. All right. Oh, we got it right on the nose. Todd Black. Is there another 113? Any more 113s? I don't see it. Congratulations, Todd. You just won you $25 gift certificate to Shy Tots E-Liquid. Contact Todd. You know how to get a hold of Jane. It's Shy Tots 26 on Instagram. Or you can just talk to her in the Discord or wherever, wherever you can. She'll get that out to you. Congratulations, brother.
I see a few people that watch my video, that watch the 19 things they didn't know about me video, because I saw the combinations that I was looking for. Very good.
You know, if there's anybody here who's not subscribed to the channel, right now would be a fantastic chance to subscribe. You want to see this? We do this 4 times a week.
Hit the button down there.
Hit the button and subscribe. Join Blackcatfam.
And the one that looks like this, too.
Yeah, hit that button, too. Thumbs up. All right, guys. Thanks so much. All right, we got one more giveaway. For this is going to be for 3 sets of coils from Mr. Clint Johnson. You're also going to win a bottle of Turkish Harvest E-Liquid and a bag of Holy Fiber. So nice little giveaway here, little combo package for you. Got to be 21 to win this, obviously. Now to enter this giveaway, you had to repost a pic from Clint Johnson's CrustyDriptips Instagram page with the hashtag BlackCatFam. If you didn't do that, then you can't enter. I can't give it to you, and I apologize. So if you did that, go ahead and put in a number in the chat between 1 and 150. Go.
I'm minimizing again. Okay.
Minimize. Yeah, you're going to pick again.
Hey, actually, speaking of Jeopardy. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Real quick. Speaking of Jeopardy, did you hear that Alex Trebek is going back to work
Yeah,
after like 6 months
I did.
after having stage 4 pancreatic cancer?
Yeah,
Damn.
It's crazy.
I mean, Jeopardy's not right without him.
No, absolutely not.
it really isn't. He's gotten to Bob Barker status, where he is the show. I mean, they're together. They're like one together now.
Absolutely.
And we're talking about a great show. Like I'm a game show guy. I like game shows and I like trivia. I've always been a huge Jeopardy fan ever since I was in college, man.
I like trivia too. There's a local place me and Jennifer started going to. It's like a little brewery, and they do like restaurant style with food trucks. And I lost last week, but it was still a lot of fun. It was about Woodstock, and there was a lot of old people there, and they smoked my ass.
Yeah, Woodstock there's a lot of trivia you can do about it. A lot of bands played at that. My God.
Surprised people remember, though.
Yeah. I bet you a lot of people don't know what state Woodstock was in. They would assume it was in California, but it was in.
They would assume wrong. I got this in for my 810 drip tips from Mr. Stand Up 3D.
Ooh.
Yes, he even threw me something extra in the box that I didn't pay for. So
I need one of those. I have so many 810 drip tips.
he has another one. This one holds a lot, but he has another one that I think holds 72 drip tips. This one is
Might not need that much, but you know.
like 27, I think. So it's called Just the Tips.
Just the tips.
Stan dropped a Dio line. I've used that before, Stan, introducing Holy Fiver with the Holy Diver song. I gotta throw that out to Stan. All right. I think pretty much we don't get a whole lot of people in this one. This one's normally a little smaller. All right. I need a number between 1 and 150, Mr. Nick.
Okay. The number is 72.
72. All right. Let's go back here.
Oh, Joseph.
Chessie at 43. I think Chessie, you won. 72. Chessie, you are the winner. I don't think.
Wait,
Make sure.
does Jane count? Jane's got 69.
Yeah, Jane counts. Jane reposted them. Oh, she did. Good. Congratulations, Jane. All right, Jane, I'll get that out to you tomorrow.
Dirty girl.
Get that out to you tomorrow. You have I already have some stuff coming for you, so it's just easy. I'll just throw those in there with it, and you'll be all set. Congratulations, Jane. That's pretty cool. She won. She gave something away and won something. So let me just update my list here.
I like the way she thinks. Let's just put it that way.
Jane won Clint Friday.
Congratulations,
All right,
Jane.
Parting words for us before we get out of here, Nick. Anybody want to say hey to before we jump off?
Yeah. If you don't know who I am, I'm Nick from Daily Vape TV. Go check out my channel. I also stream on Twitch under the moniker of Slightly Buzzed. I am also starting a new channel called Slightly Buzzed as well. It's all about tech and gaming.
Nice.
If you want to check that out. That one doesn't have a URL yet, but you can search it. Patreon.com/dailyvapetv if you want to sign up. It starts at $1 a month. And make sure you tune in every Friday or almost every Friday. We're not doing a show today because we're doing this thing where we do 3 weeks on, 1 week off to give us a little break. But next Friday, we'll be streaming live on Tenacious TX Vape's channel. Vape Stew, it's a great show. Good panel, and we had Scott on a couple weeks ago, which is awesome. So
yeah, it was a blast, man. It's a phenomenal show. I love Vape Stew. Absolutely phenomenal show.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for coming out. You guys make sure you give Daily Vape TV a sub if you're not already over there. Tons of content, and he has a good Patreon game going on. Come check us out next week on the Vape Hot Tub. Like always, appreciate all you guys coming out. And have a safe weekend this weekend, and have a good holiday weekend. Take it away, Scott.
Thank you. Love you guys. Nick, thank you so much for coming on, man.
Thank you for having me.
Brother.
Yeah,
absolutely. Just a joy to have you on, dude. Thank you
anytime.
Charlie, love you, brother. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm going to be on Tommy Vapor's show tonight at 11 o'clock. So if you have nothing to do or you're just hanging out, tune into Tommy Vapor's channel. That'll be 11 o'clock Eastern time. We're going live. I don't know how long we'll be on there for, probably an hour, maybe an hour and a half. But I'll be on there hanging out. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. Tonight on the YouTubes, you don't have Vape Stew, but you do have the Green Room on. I believe that's on at 8 o'clock. And then you have the Rising Vapors, I believe, are on at 9 o'clock tonight. So tune in for both of those shows. I'm off until Monday after tonight, where we will bring a new featured builder. And let me double check who that is. I believe it's Mr. Let me double check who that is real quick before we go. Yep, Call Me Mister is our featured builder next week on Monday. So tune in for that for a chance to win some great coils and some juice and all kinds of cool stuff. We'll be starting that out on Monday, 5 o'clock. Everybody have a fantastic holiday weekend and stay safe. We'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace.